Day.
Bill, your thoughts on your performance and the big win tonight?
Well, I thought we started fast early, and I thought that was what kind of kept the game out of reach for the most part. But we just kind of finished better. I thought we left a lot on the table. We kind of got a little bit complacent, and we have way too many penalties, and that's got to get fixed. And, we say it every week, but somehow we got to find ways to fix that. And we got the win, and that's all that matters. That was a really good football team. It was a really good home environment, and it was just one of those exciting big wins that we needed as a team.
When those hiccups come up with the penalties, they're looking to you to kind of calm them down. What's your message to the guys in the huddle?
Well, at times it kind of depends on the situation, but at times you got to know how important the penalty was, because we don't need to keep doing that. But at the same time, you can't fix it then. They're not going to take the penalty back, so you just got to find ways to overcome. And I thought at times we kind of did that, and we overcame some penalties, but we probably had 2 or 3 drives to where penalties kind of stoned the drives. And in a game like that, you got to score, in those situations, and we'll fix them. We'll find a way to get better at that.
Coach Lanning said that you give a Heisman-worthy performance. Is that something that we even think about right now?
No, it's not. I just felt like I did what I had to do to win the game. Our defense played really well again. They stopped them. They forced turnovers. They created sacks and created disruption. And you knew a guy like that is going to get his plays in. So they handled that, and I felt like we put the defense in a bad spot, at the end. And it's in the fourth quarter. We look up with 11 minutes left, and we didn't do a whole lot, and that's frustrating. And I think we got to look back at situations we put ourselves in, and we just got to attack better. I think at the end of the day, that's all that is. And we had a little bit long faces, and I just felt like the energy could have been better.
First touchdown to tennis. Did you see something make a pre-check change? Or
yeah.
What did you see? What
it was man-to-man. I gave him a fade.
Hey, Bo, if your goal is to get to the playoff and you've got other one-loss teams like Alabama and Texas kind of lurking behind you, do you think the way you win, style points this time of year are important or matter?
Well, I just think you just got to keep winning and let them worry with that if they want to worry about style points. We just got to do our jobs and keep winning games, and it'll put ourselves in a good position.
Obviously, the long touchdown to Troy, and then hitting him again down the sideline.
Yeah, those were important plays in the game. We love explosive plays. We got to figure out how to make more in situations like the second half. I thought we didn't do enough explosive plays, and then at the same time, when when we got the pedal to the metal and when we're attacking, that's when we're at our best. So we got to find ways to do that.
What makes this Oregon team different than other teams you play for?
I think the connection is great. Our toughness is elite. Even though you may lose a rep, I think we continue to battle, and we just continue to put ourselves, on the line and saying, this is what we are, this is who we are, this is, the tough team we're going to be, and then make teams kind of go punch for punch with us. And I think we're just a very connected, tough group, and we put ourselves in a really good position.
Tez Johnson has had 300 yards receiving in the last 2 games. Before that, he had 300 the whole season. Anything you've seen in his recent uptick in production?
I just think he's, I think he's just always open, and we're just doing a good job of, using him and getting him open. He's a great compliment to Troy. He and Ferg and Gary and Trey and even Bucky and Jordan out the backfield, they've done a really good job of, taking some weight off of Troy. They can't really double team him, and so now Troy gets his one-on-ones. And, each person on our offense is important to our success. Each person has a key that they can go out there and play. And Tez is just finding his role and doing well at it.
Yeah, and talked a little bit about how much you've grown from when you first got here, but also from last season. From your vantage point, where have you seen yourself?
Yeah, I'm just really comfortable right now. I'm seeing defenses really well, and I'm super comfortable with our plan. I think preparation is key. I'm in a good spot right now in my situation to where I can prepare, and Coach Salkin and Coach Stein do a great job of preparing me throughout the week, and then we just go out there and execute.
Do you feel like this offense is operating as the best in the country?
I just think we're still putting things out there to where we can even be better, and so I think that's the part to where it keeps you coming back on Monday and making you go back for another week, because we know we're not there yet. And one of my biggest fears is that we'll become complacent, and so we got to do a really good job of finding ways to grow and finding areas which there are many, and we just can go in there and attack so that we don't have weaknesses, and because the great offenses out there don't have weaknesses.
Especially after a performance like this, there's going to be a lot of talk about the Heisman race. Do you know, is that kind of all white noise to you, or is that you use that to fuel you a little bit?
I have nothing to do with that, and so all I can do is go out here, be efficient, and win games.
How much was, we talk about efficiency, you guys had 3 drives that took over 5 minutes. You know, the one drive to start the second half was 6.5 plus. How much was efficiency and
well, that's huge, and keeping the clock running, because even though you don't want to just completely go into a shell when you play an offense like that, and I think that you also got to give them credit, and taking time off the clock is huge, and scoring touchdowns is huge, and I thought we did a good job today of scoring touchdowns. We kicked a few field goals and were stopped a few times, which obviously you'd like to have back and you'd like to do better, but I just think the efficiency when we were on was really good, and we put ourselves enough cushion to where thankfully they couldn't come back at the end.
You said your fear is complacency. Where does that come from? Is there a reference point for that when you call back to, or
No, I just see our potential, and I know what we can be, and I want to hit that point. And the standard is the standard. That's what Coach talks about all the time, and we have a very high standard for ourselves. Each and every person in that locker room's got a high standard, and they know what they have to do to reach it. And it's the potential that we all have that I want to reach, and I want to maximize. And I know there's a lot of guys that want to do the same, and I just feel like we're continuing to get better, and that's all you can do. I think it is a good thing that we don't have all the answers, and we don't have everything figured out. We know there's room for improvement, and that just keeps you going. That keeps you working hard.
Dan talked a little bit about how clock management later in the fourth quarter could be an area for you guys to improve on. How much of that is discretionary with you? How much of that is Wilk and Singles come to the sideline? Like where's the?
Yeah, I just think we got to continue to attack. I think against a defense like that, it's hard to chew all the clock, and it's hard to have every drive that's going to take over 5 minutes. And so I just think we got to do a good job of attacking, and when our moment is there, we go take advantage of it. And at the end of the day, if we're scoring touchdowns at the end of drives, we're doing ourselves a favor. And then it was pleasing to have a 4-minute drive at the end of the game, get a first down, and put the game out of reach.
Ted's talked about preparation. You've mentioned it too, just how special it is here. Can you just give us context of why that is beyond just the football field?
Well, I just think preparation is the key to success, especially when you got a talented group. When you got, when you're in a conference like this, it's week in and week out, and each moment you get in a week is really important. So, my job is to make sure that I'm prepared so that I give the other 10 guys on the field the best chance to go out there and have success. And when you have 10 other guys counting on you, there's a lot of pressure there, and I think pressure is a privilege. Ultimately that's where I want to be, but at the same time, I don't want to let these guys down. I don't want to let something that I did or didn't prepare for, hinder them for what they want to do. And I just think preparation is key. And I figured out this year that there's a lot that goes into preparation. And it's year 5 for myself, but I'm still learning different ways to prepare. And I think I've done a good enough job, but obviously I can do better in those areas. And there's still a look that I didn't, might have not been comfortable with, and could have done something better with the ball. But at the end of the day, we're winning, and we didn't turn the ball over, and we're scoring points. And I think just the main thing is penalties, and we got to find a way to prepare for those and eliminate those. Thank y'all.
Thanks, Bo.